Welcome back to Marcus Pavilion.
Number 16 is McKaylee Becker, and number 18 is Abigail Brown. And now for your starter, 6'1" senior number 3, Mackenzie Lee. 5'8" junior Rivero is number 4, Carolyn McMahon. The 6'1" senior number 9 is Olivia Wright. A 5'10" sophomore number 11, Maya Cook. 6'1" senior number 13 is Taylor Martin. And wearing number 15 tonight, a 5'11" sophomore, number 15 is Maren Kent. Your head coach is Mr. Doug English, assisted by Jesse Aragos. It's time to get on your feet to meet the Saints. Number 5 is Mackenzie Gilchrist. Number 6, Kylie Hickok. Number 8, Brooklyn Johnson. Number 9 is Gracie Brenner. Number 10 is Zoe Crimmins. Number 13 is Giselle Benetti.
All right, after those technical difficulties, welcome back to Marcus Pavilion here at Twin Star Court for the first GNAC home matchup for your St. Martin Saints. They will be going up against the NNU Nighthawks, and this should be a good one, ladies and gentlemen. St. Martin's just came back from their Alaska trip where they played Alaska Anchorage and Alaska Fairbanks. Didn't go as they had hoped, but they put up a good fight, so hoping to kind of carry some good momentum into this game. And NNU coming off a big win against Central Washington University at home where they swept in 3, so they'll also have some good momentum and should be a great matchup here tonight. Looking to get things started here tonight is Caroline McMahon back to serve for NNU. Serve is up. Passes a little off by Tia Allen, going out to Emmy Hansen. Picked up by the lib and swing and down from number 9 in black. Point NNU, number 4 will continue to serve. High serve is up by Emmy Hansen. Going back to her for the swing. Hits the lib high. Set to back row. Swing by Sullivan. Soto out to Hansen. Another swing high hands. Recycled back. Soto out to Hansen again. She swings high. Sounded like she caught fingers, but the refs didn't see it. NNU with the point. McMahon back to serve. Another deep serve. Great pass by Hansen. Going back to Soha. She takes a good swing. Right to middle back. Going back. And a swing and down. That just finds right between the blocker's hands in the net. And NNU continues their run. Hopefully the Saints can side out here. Get some momentum going. Serve is in. Hansen with the overpass. And down by right. NNU will continue to serve. Saints just looking for a good pass so that they can get a good swing off this serve inside out. Going out to Hansen. She's looking for that corner shot or sharp angle and doesn't get it. NNU's libero continues to serve. Tough serve. Catches Allen a little bit off guard, and that will be an SMU timeout. This is quite the start here for NNU. Hopefully the Saints can come out and get a little bit more momentum. Saints looking for a good pass here by their young back line out of this timeout so that they can get something going with their offense and put some points up on the board. McMahon continues to serve. Hansen with a good pass, had some pace on it, and Gooding puts it down. That's exactly what the Saints were looking for out of this timeout, and that was executed perfectly by all three players that touched the ball. Gilchrist checks in for the Saints, and she will be back to serve. Deep serve, passed a little off the net, going back to the right side. And she puts it down for a point for NNU. And Cook will be back to serve. It's going to be important for the Saints to watch number 3, the setter for NNU, up front row. Gilchrist with a good pass. Going to Gooding again. And good up by the lib. Going back out to the outside. Halstead there to pick that up beautifully. Going out to Allen. She swings high hands. That's dug over the net. Gooding gets up, and that's exactly what I was talking about there with their setter being front row. Gooding was ready, but the setter was a little bit more ready. Cook continues to serve. And the bench helping with that one, letting Halstead know that that was out, and that will be a point for the Saints. Kylie Kuhn checking in for Hansen here. And Kylie Kuhn will be back to serve. But the girls look a little confused as to why there are 7 people on the court. Great serve by Kylie Kuhn. Sets a little bit inside to the outside. Gilchrist right there to pick that up, going to the back row, Kuhn up. Good swing there, puts some pace on it. Going to middle, right with the tip. And Soto with that up. Allen going after it, and Soto giving the Saints a little time, putting that free ball high, going out to the outside. And a swing, and it's down! Blocking with power is Fungi and Gooding. They are a force to be reckoned with there on the right side and middle. That was a beautiful block. Saints slowly closing the gap here. Kylie Kuhn back to serve again. Another good serve. Good pass going back to right. And some more hands on that one. Out to the outside for a tip. Allen reads that early. Soto putting it up for Kuhn in the back row. Another good swing. Set going to right. And it looks like that was a double. Point for the Saints. Saints getting a little momentum here. The crowd's getting into it. Bench is getting into it. They're getting into it. Keep it up, Kuhn. Another great serve. Going to the outside. Block is there and used. Point NNU. Abby Halstead checks back in. And 15 will be back to serve for NNU. And that serve is out again. Halstead following that to the back line beautifully. And that's a point for the Saints. Maddie getting back to serve. Hopefully she can laser one in here and get a few points. It's a good one. Catches the passer high into the outside. Gooding picks that one up. Going to Allen. Good swing off high hands, and she puts that down. Back row happy with Gooding there. She picked that one up. And Allen with a great swing. Gooding continues to serve. A little too much power on that one. That can happen when you have a rocket for a serve. And Benetti checking in for the Saints. And Helen Sullivan checking in for the Nighthawks. And she will be back to serve. Serve is in. Great pass by Halstead. Going back to Fungi, and she puts that down. Oh my goodness. Surprised that didn't have flames coming off the back of the ball. That was a great swing. She found that hole in the block and put it down with power. Looks like Sullivan checks out and McMahon checks back in. Gilchrist checks out and Allen will be back to serve. Going to the outside, swing off high hands, and that's just over Benetti's head. Point Nighthawks. This is a very interesting rotation where they have Fungi and Soha in the front row only, both who are middles. And that's a great swing by Soha, picked up, and thankfully someone told Soha that that was out because she looked like she was going for it. That's a great swing by Soha, putting that away. Halstead is back to serve. Kylie Kuhn's checking in, Hansen's checking in for her. There's quite a little lineup rotation going on here for the Saints. They have closed the gap down to 3 here. Halstead with the serve, creates an off pass going to the outside. Takes a high swing, block is there. Lee going to the outside again for a tip, and that does not make it over the net. Point Saints. Saints have really gained momentum back well here. Halstead continues to serve. And the swing catches, or the serve catches the pass off guard a bit, and Sullivan is able to put that one down using the blocker's hands. Natalie Sullivan back to serve. Giselle Benetti is right there for that. And so is the block. That is put straight down by Cook. Sullivan continues to serve. Saints looking for a quick side out to hopefully continue to work on this comeback. Allen with a great pass. Soha swing, and the block is there again. Senior from Boise will continue to serve. It's a great serve, but Benetti makes a great pass out of it. And Hansen just kind of sneaks that past the left hand of the middle blocker and finds that sharp cross and puts it away. Gooding checking in for the Saints, and Soto back to serve. Good deep serve by Soto, causing an out of system, and she'll just have to chip that over. Saints looking to execute, going to Soha. She finds the middle of the floor and puts it down. Beautiful play there where they were looking for a big swing like Soha has been doing, and she switched it up. Soto continues to serve. Great serve, causing an overpass. Soha puts that down and puts it down again, but that's picked up and goes out, and oh, Soha almost had that block, so close. I think the girls were kind of looking around because if the ball were to hit the speakers and come over, that would be out of bounds in Saints Point. So hopefully they can side out quick here. Allen with the pass, going to Hansen. She swings. Lib gets that up, going to the outside. Swing, picked up by Soto. Going to Hansen again. Picked up. Oh, a good dig there. And another block. Beautiful. Again. Oh, close. Allen picks that up with her hands, goes to the outside, and Hansen finds the hole. That was a beautiful swing. She saw that that middle was coming late and was able to execute. They were able to get that point after that long rally, and Gilchrist checks in and will be back to serve. Good float. She sets up the right side, and Gilchrist is almost there. But that'll be a point for the Nighthawks. And Cook will be back to serve. Saints only down by 4. Quick side out would really help them close the gap here. That just looked like it dropped a bit, and Halstead was unable to pick that one up. And that'll cause a timeout by Dan Benke. Maya Cook will continue serving out of this timeout for the Nighthawks. Saints have used both their timeouts. I'm looking for some momentum here. Serve is in, pass by Halstead. Going back to Gooding. She finds that tip. Right to the right back, going to the middle. And almost blocked by Allen and Gooding, but just finds its way between their hands and the net. Another point for the Nighthawks. Good up by Gilchrist, going to Hanson on the right side, and she finds that sharp cross on that side too. And that is a point for the Saints. Bungie checks back in. Kylie Kuhn checks in and is back to serve. Her serve is up and good, and that was a great serve. She picks up an ace. That will be a point for the Saints. Had some beautiful float on it and just kind of dropped right in front of the passer there. Another great serve. And that will be an ace by Kylie Kuhn. This is getting the crowd into it a bit more and kind of changing the tides a bit for the Saints. Hopefully they can continue. Another great serve. Kind of picking on number 5 there. She's about to take a swing. Kuhn is there to pick it up. Soto goes out to Allen. She's there to use the hands. And 11 is not able to pick that up. And Allen gets a kill. Saints are now just down by 2. Great run by Kylie Kuhn. She will continue to serve. And that hits the tape. And set to right. Little pace is taken off by the block. Soto picks it up, goes back to Kuhn, and she gets a great kill off the top of the tape. Those can be so hard to read, and that just goes the Saints' way. Beautiful, causing an NNU timeout. Run for the Saints continues with Kylie Kuhn serving. Saints are just down by 1 now. They've really strung a few great plays together here to close the gap, and Kuhn's serve is deep and it barely touches Sullivan, and that's another ace for Kylie Kuhn. We're all knotted up at 18. Great serve. Catches the passer high, going to the outside. She takes a rip, and that will be a kill for the Nighthawks. That was a great run by the senior from Beaumont, California. And 15 will be back to serve for the Nighthawks. Also with the pass. Soto there, setting it back to Gooding. She takes a swing. Set goes out to the outside. Tight set, and that will be a point for the Saints. Block was there, but they didn't need to be. And Maddie Gooding will be back to serve. Great serve. Goes to the outside, and Gilchrist is right there to pick up that line shot. Going to Allen. She takes a swing. High hands. Halstead's almost there, but can't pick it up. Point for NNU. Helen Sullivan checking in for the Nighthawks. And Giselle Benetti checking in for the Saints. Deep serve is in. Soto sets it to the outside. Allen hits those high hands. Looks like it's going outside, tight. Oh, wow, good up by Gilchrist. Going out to Allen. She sets that one over. Only option is the middle. Benetti there, going to Allen. She finds deep line. Going to the middle again. Gilchrist again with the one-armed up. Benetti diving for it. Going to the slide, and that will be put down. Using the blocker's hands, that will be a kill for the Nighthawks. Sullivan will continue to serve. Saints need a side out here. Halstead with a beautiful pass, going back to Fungi. And she takes a big swing at it, but the block is there, and that'll be another point for the Nighthawks. That catches Gilchrist's chest, goes out to Allen, and she just hits that one a bit high, and that will be out. Saints now down by 4. Sullivan's serve is into the net, and that'll be a point for the Saints. Soha checking back in, and Allen will be back to serve. For the Nighthawks, McMahon's back in. Allen's serve goes deep. Sullivan picks it up, goes back out to Sullivan. Block is there, and they quickly turn around and pick that up beautifully. Allen tries to locate that, tries to have a smart play there and put that in front of the left front, but unfortunately hits the tape, and that'll be a point for NNU. Kenzie Lee will be back to serve for the set for NNU. Benetti with a good pass, going to Soha. She takes a rip at it, somehow picked up. Free ball over, Allen's there. Soto sets it out to Soha. She takes a swing. The libero picks that one up, goes out to Sullivan. That looks like someone was in the net for the Saints, and that'll be set and point for NNU. Saints looking to rebound quickly. Next set coming up here, set 2 between NNU and St. Martin's. Saints looking for a little bit of a quicker start here. They only lost by 5 but got down to a 6-0 deficit in the beginning of that first set. So Soto starting out serving here for the Saints, and Saints looking to start off strong. Great float on that. Sullivan picks it up, going to the outside. Block is there. Going back to the right side. Block is there again. Kind of looked like that hit Soha on the head. Going back to the outside. She takes an off-speed swing. Allen picks it up. Soto goes out to Hansen. She takes a swing. Looks like the outside setting Sullivan in the back row. She chips that one over. Soto going to Soha, and she puts that one down between the block for a kill. Point Saints. Soto will continue to serve. That's another great serve by her. Set going to the outside. And that tip, almost picked up by Halstead. She read that. She wanted it. She'll have that one next time. Cook back to serve for the Nighthawks. Hansen is there. Going to Soha. She takes a big swing, splits the defense, and puts it away. That was a great job by Soha waiting on that one as it was a high set and putting it away. Gilchrist checks in, and she will be back to serve. And that serve is right there on the line. That's a great laser in there, and wow, that was a big swing. She was looking for some hands, and looks like she got it. It's a point for the Nighthawks. Yeah, unfortunately, the ref on the right side here was calling a touch on the block, and that's who the up ref will listen to, and it'll be a point for NNU. 15 back to serve. That's a deep serve. Gilchrist picks it up, going to Allen, and she takes a big swing, and it is put down by Lee. Point NNU. Cheney continues to serve. Gilchrist there with the pass. Going back to Hansen. She takes a big swing and puts that down in the middle of the court. Great swing, and that will send her out and Kylie Kuhn back in, as well as Lori Fungi. Great serve, catching the pass high, causing an out-of-system play, off-speed shot. Kylie Kuhn picks that up, goes out to Allen. She takes a roll at it. Defense picks it up, going to the middle. Who takes a tip? Gooding peels off and picks that up. Set to Kuhn. She looks for the middle of the court, right there. And Fungi there. Some diving saves by the Nighthawks. Kylie Kuhn there to pick it up. Going to Fungi. She takes tip. Set goes to the outside. And Sullivan takes a swing, and that one is in on the line. Point for Nighthawks. Helen Sullivan will check back in, and she will be serving for NNU. Serve is in, and Tia uses her hands. Gooding with a big swing. Allen there to push it back over. Sullivan using her hands to set back row. Soto going back to Gooding, and she takes a big swing and finds that Langle shot. Beautiful big swing by Maddie Gooding, and she will be back to serve. Good tough serve. Gets the offense out of system and forces it to Sullivan. Gilchrist there to pick it up. Allen takes a swing off high hands and gets that kill. She had that double block on her and utilized that very well. Gooding continues to serve. Saints up by 1. She was looking for that line and didn't get it. That'll be a point for the Nighthawks. And Benetti will check in for the Saints. Mackenzie Lee will be back to serve. Shorter serve, Halstead comes up, picks it up, Fungi there, and just trying to tip it over and find those hands, but looks like the refs didn't see it. That'll be a point for the Nighthawks. Halstead with another good pass, going out to Allen, and she tries to use those hands again. Middle quickly turns around, picks that up. Benetti picks that up and it goes over, and Benetti almost there, but put down by the middle, and that'll be a point for the Nighthawks. Saints need to side out here. Lee back to serve. Gilchrist with a good pass, going back to Fungi. She puts that tip in the middle. Lee going to the middle, and that'll be out. No touch, point Saints. Soha checking back in for Gilchrist, and Allen will be back to serve. That serve is up and in. Dump from the setter. Soha picks it up, and she'll be swinging on the outside, and she gets the kill. Finds that spot right in between the two defenders and puts it away. It's great to see her versatility in this game. She's usually in the middle running those quick sets, but there she is on the outside, taking big swings, getting big kills. Oh, and Allen's serve is just out. She was going for a tough one and almost had the passer there. Sullivan will be back to serve. Good serve, picked up by Benetti, going out to Soha. She takes another swing, blocker is there. Looks like Soha was under the net, so that'll be a point for NNU. Sullivan continues to serve. Tough serve, Benetti there again. And Fungi with a big swing that the libero somehow picks up, and that'll be sent over with free ball. Looking to capitalize are the Saints. Soha gets up and puts that away again. Oh my goodness, is she a middle, is she an outside? She can do it all, Jennifer Soha. And looks like we have some substitutions for the Saints, a little bit of confusion. Saints are running a bit more of a complicated offense here to have more hitting options, and looks like that caused a little bit of confusion. Well, the Saints just came back from Alaska, where they first played University of Alaska Anchorage, who was ranked 20th in the nation, fell to them in straight sets, and then they went up to Fairbanks and took them to 4. They're also nationally receiving votes, so kind of a tough way to start out their GNAC season, but they started very well preseason. They were 9-0, and now looking to notch another win tonight. Looks like Kylie Kuhn is in for the Saints. More conversations, because sometimes volleyball is complicated. Maybe they just want to distract the other team. Who knows? All right, so no consensus yet. since we're waiting, we'll just kind of go through some of the new players for St. Martin's this year. We have Mackenzie Gilchrist, who is from Woodland, Washington. She's a DS libero you've been seeing coming in the back row tonight. Kylie Higa is new to the team as well, from Hawaii. Carla Soto is a setter, and she's from all the way down in Arizona. We have Brooklyn Johnson from Everett, Washington, who's a setter. Zoe Crimmin from Yakima, Washington. Lori Fungi from Midland, Texas. Kind of adding a little bit of range to the team here with where we're all from, and historically have been from Washington mainly, and now we're seeing people from Texas and, well, Hawaii as well. Arizona, Oregon, all over the place. So very cool to see the recruiting expanding there. And also Emmy Hansen coming from Camas, Washington. So we've added quite a few new players this year, and it's been cool to see the team start out so strong and gel so well from the beginning, carrying that into this GNAC game. Halstead is finally able to serve. Passes up, going to the outside. And that is put down by Soto and Soha. Beautiful block there. And that'll be a point for your Saints. Halstead continues to serve. Great way to gain momentum out of that confusion. Another great serve by Halstead. That's an off pass that will have to be free balled over. Saints looking to capitalize. Allen there to pick that up. Soto going back, and looks like Soto was in the net, and that'll be a point for the Nighthawks. Wright checking back in for NNU. And McMahon will be back to serve. Good pickup by Halstead, going out to Kuhn, and she takes a swing and finds that inside hand of the blocker and puts it down. Kill for Kylie Kuhn, point Saints. Gooding will check back in, and Soto will be back to serve. And Soto's serve will go just long, point Nighthawks. Cook back to serve for the Nighthawks. And that serve is also out. Point Saints. Kind of looks like we're trading points here. Hopefully the Saints can string a few together with Gilchrist back to serve. And her serve goes deep, catches Sullivan off guard a bit, going to the outside, who takes a big swing, and that'll be out. She looks like she was looking for hands, but was unable to find him. Gilchrist continues. And that one will be out. Point NNU. NNU bench kind of looking to get into it with the crowd, exchanging cheers. Gilchrist with a great pass, going to Gooding in the middle, and she finds that right in the middle. The crowd is on its feet. It's a great kill by Maddie Gooding. Fungi checks back in for the Saints, and Kylie Kuhn will be back to serve. Great float that just finds its way in by quite a bit. And Kylie Kuhn will get the ace and the point Saints. Kylie Kuhn with another great serve. Tight pass. Lee will get up, and she'll put that down. Point NNU. Sullivan will check back in for NNU, and she will be serving. And that catches Allen a little bit high. Point for the Nighthawks. Sullivan with a good float. Allen with a great pass. Fungi gets up and puts that away. She really snuck that one between the block and the net there and got the point for the Saints. Gooding back to serve. Looking for that corner, tight pass. And Sullivan is there. Halstead picks it up. Allen sends that back over. Setter sends that one out. Halstead picks it up. Soto going out to Allen. She takes a big swing. A very strategic swing off of the block, and that'll be a kill. Maddie Gooding continues. Off the tape, picked up. Lee sets that off. Sullivan there, and Fungi's hands are there. That's a block for the Saints, and that will cause an NNU timeout. St. Martin's up by 3. Saints up by 3, looking to be the first to 20 here. Maddie Gooding continuing her serving run. Sullivan with the pass, Lee out to Sullivan with the tip, and Gilchrist is almost there. Looks like there was a little bit of confusion between Gilchrist and Allen, but should look at that figured out. Benetti checking in for the Saints, and Lee back to serve for the Nighthawks. Great pass by Halstead. Soto there sends it out to Allen, and she puts that away and flexes. That was a great swing to that sharp cross by Tia Allen. And she will be back to serve. Soha checking back in for the Saints. Looks like the Saints have picked up a lot of momentum and are firing on all cylinders. Allen serve, Lee tipped over, and looks like Lee was under the net. That'll be a point for the Saints. Saints up by 4. Allen's serve is good to Sullivan, and that'll be an ace for the sophomore from Spokane. It's a beautiful serve. Allen with great floats, sends that one over. And going to Fungi. She takes a big swing. Block touches it. Lee going out. Cook takes a swing, and she puts that one away for a point for the Nighthawks. Sullivan back to serve. Saints up by 4. Good float on that one. Halstead picks it up. Going out to Soha, who takes another swing. It looks like she's just hitting over the block there. That is quite the reach on her, and just finds that back area of the court beautifully. Hansen checking back in for the Saints. And Halstead back to serve. Her serve causes an off pass, going to the outside. And a great up by Halstead. Dump by Soto, and that catches them off guard, but looks like it might have been, okay, yeah, wasn't up. But that was a beautiful up and dump by Soto. And that'll be another NNU timeout. Saints crowd making some big noise here, getting into it, bringing some more momentum to the Saints, and Halstead is back to serve. Out of that timeout, Saints up by 6. And that serve is long. Point NNU. Wright checks back in. And McMahon will be back to serve. That serve is good, and Allen using her hands with a beautiful set. Hanson recycling it off the block, goes to Soha, and that's a great set and swing. That'll be a kill for Soha. Maddie Gooding checking back in for the Saints, and Carla Soto will be back to serve. Carla Soto trying to find that line, unable to, and that'll be a point for the Nighthawks. Saints just need 2 here to close it out. Cook's serve is good. Allen picks that up from her knees and goes back to Soha, who puts that away. It's deflected off. NNU's libero really chasing that down. Some good hustle, but it's not enough to pick up Soha's kill. Gilchrist checks back in and will be serving for a Saints game point here in set 2. That serve is long. Point NNU. (15) back to serve for NNU. Tough serve picked up by Gilchrist. Soto brings that back onto our side somehow. Allen tips it over. Lee sets it to no one, and that'll be set 2 to the Saints. Crowd's excited. We're excited. Here we go into set 3. Starting set 3 here, McMahon will be back to serve. We are all tied up, 1-1. Man serve is deep. Allen picks it up. Going out to Hanson. She takes a big swing between the block, and that is down for a kill. Point Saints. Gilchrist checking in for Soha, and she will be back to serve. Good cross-court serve by Gilchrist. Going back to Cook. Block takes a little speed off that. Halstead picks it up. Gooding pokes that one over. Lee setting Cook again. She takes a swing. Soto right there. Halstead setting back to Allen, who takes a big swing and gets back up and just puts it down. Her swing forcing an overpass and executing very well. Point for the Saints. Crowd is really helping with the momentum shift here. It's great to see so many students out supporting the Saints. Lee sets back to Cook again, and this time it'll be down in the middle of the court. Point for NNU. Maya Cook back to serve for the Nighthawks. Halstead with a beautiful pass. Going back to Hanson, dug up by the lip, going back to Sullivan. Takes a swing. Gilchrist is right there, but just can't quite get it to go the right angle, and Cook will continue to serve. Looks like there was a little confusion with the ball guy not knowing where the ball should go. Cook's serve is good. Pass, Halstead going to Hanson, who has to free ball that one over in a very tough spot. Going to the outside, who takes a swing, and that'll be out. Point for the Saints. Kylie Kuhn checking back in. And Lori Fungi also checking back in for the Saints. Kuhn back to serve. Great floater, picked up by Sullivan. Lee out to the outside. Swing is down. Kill for the Nighthawks. And Hanson checks back in for the Saints and does a little twirl, and Halstead comes back in for her. That serve is tough. Had a lot of float on it. Halstead stepping in to set it. And Allen trying to go for that deep tip line. Tip right back from the Nighthawks. Halstead going out to Allen. She takes a big swing. That's picked up by Cook and free balled over. Halstead with the pass, going back to Gooding, and she tips that right over the block, causes a little confusion, diving on the floor, free ball sent over. Soto getting up, and Fungi taking a good swing, going to the middle, and Soto is right there to pick that up. Halstead punches it, and Fungi sends that over. Sullivan takes a swing, Halstead there. Soto sends it over, trying to cause a little confusion, and kind of does. Free ball sent over. Soto going out to Allen, who takes a swing, and that is down! Oh my goodness, what a rally. Tia Allen just there to put it away right at the right time. Point for the Saints. That was quite a team effort there. Maddie Gooding back to serve. Great float on that one. Sullivan gets that passed up. Lee goes back to right. He takes a big swing, and that's right there on the line. Point Nighthawks. Sullivan will check in for the Saints, and Benetti will check in for the Saints, and Sullivan will check in for the Nighthawks. We're all tied up at 4-4. Good floater. Halstead steps in, picks it up with an overpass. Lee going back to the middle, and the block is there. That'll be down from Allen and Fungi. McMahon coming back in, and Soha checking in for the Saints. Allen back to serve. Allen with a great floater, almost an overpass. Lee almost there, but isn't. And that'll be a point for the Saints. It's a great hard serve by Allen. She's looking to continue. Great serve again. Oh my goodness. That magically split the passers there. That'll be an ace for Tia Allen. And she will continue to serve. Another good serve. Good pass by Sullivan, going back out to her, and she kind of catches the hands of Soto, and that'll be a point for NNU. Kenzie Lee will be back to serve for the Nighthawks. Good floater, but Benetti gets a perfect pass on that. Going back to Fungi, who takes a big swing, and the block is there, so that'll be a point for the Nighthawks. His serve is good, and Benetti will pick it up. Soha there, and number 4 is just right there to pick that up for the Nighthawks. Sullivan, tip over, Benetti there. Soto going to the back row. Allen taking a good swing. That's one arm dug up by Sullivan off the net. Allen there to pick that up, and Soha takes a good swing, but Cook is there with the block. Point Nighthawks. We're all knotted up at 7. Saints looking for the side out here as Lee's serve is up and good. Allen with a great pass, going back to Fungi, who takes a big swing, and that is down. Kill Fungi, point Saints. Hansen checks back in, and Halstead will be back to serve. Good cross-court serve. Oh, it looked like it nicked the line, but unfortunately did not. That'll be a point for the Nighthawks. Sullivan back to serve. Her serve is good. Beautiful pass by Benetti. Soto with an incredible set. Wow. Keeping that in system, and Soha's right there to just put it down, as she has been all night. Carla Soto back to serve. Maddie Gooding checking back in for the Saints. Soto's serve is deep and good. And Soha's almost there. Hansen caught a little off guard by that block touch, but that'll be a point for the Nighthawks. And Saints look to quickly side out and hopefully gain a lead. Deep serve, good pass by Hansen, going back to Soha. She finds that tip, read by the lib. Lee sets it out to the outside, and that tool will be a kill and a point, Nighthawks. Man serve is good. Allen with the pass, Soto with the set, and Hansen blocked at the net. Point NNU. With games that are back and forth like this, it's very important to kind of stop the bleeding early here. So hopefully the Saints will be able to put some offense together. And there it is. The set to Soha. That's a kill and a point for the Saints. Gilchrist checks back in, and she will be back to serve. And that serve just hits the top of the tape, and Cook will be back to serve for the Nighthawks. Halstead there to pick that one up, going back to Hansen. She takes the swing, and the block is there by Wright. Cook continues to serve. That's a timeout by Coach Benke. Saints down by 3. Back from timeout, Cook will continue to serve. Saints looking for a good pass here. And they'll get something even better. Serve in the net, point Saints. Fungi checking back in, and Kylie Kuhn checking in and back to serve. Her deep serve is good, sending an overpass. Allen challenges, is able to dig that up. She tips that one back over. Lee going out to the outside. Who takes a swing and oh my goodness. Maddie Gooding there with the block. Oh my gosh. That was beautiful. She had that lovely support by Fungi as well. That was straight down. Kuhn back to serve. Great serve, catching the passer high, going back to a slide, and Gilchrist is almost there, but that'll be a point for the Nighthawks. Hanson checking back in, and we'll quickly go out again. Nighthawks serving. It's a good float, picked up by Gilchrist well. Going back to Gooding, who takes a big swing, unable to find those high hands, and that'll be a point for the Nighthawks. That was great float, and surprisingly right in the corner, continuing the run for NNU, and that will cause a Saints timeout. Back from timeout, and that serve is just out of bounds. Lucky break for the Saints, and Maddie Gooding will be back to serve. She finds that line well. Wow, beautiful set by the lib. And that is a beautiful coffin corner swing by Sullivan. Just barely finds its way in. Sullivan, different Sullivan, will check in for NNU. And Benetti will check in for the Saints. Sullivan back to serve. Gilchrist with the pass, going out to Allen. She takes a good swing. Sullivan picks that up, going out to the other Sullivan, who takes a tip, and Benetti is almost there. Fortunately, that was a well-placed tip. Point NNU. Number 1 in black continues to serve. Gilchrist with a tight pass, and oh my gosh. Soto uses a little wrist magic and dumps that over right to where no one is beautifully. That was some setter magic right there. Soha checks back in for the Saints. Allen back to serve. Allen serve to Sullivan. Going back, tip, Soto there. Going to Soha, who takes a swing that hits high hands. Defense is just there to pick it up, and Sullivan, wow, is able to take a swing off that really high set, and the defense wasn't really expecting that big of a swing. Lee back to serve for the Nighthawks. Lee's serve beautifully picked up by Halstead, going back to Fungi, who takes a massive swing. Oh my gosh, no one was ready for that one. Kill for Fungi, point Saints. And the sophomore from San Antonio, Texas, back to serve. Great serve down the line. Lee putting that in the middle for Sullivan. Allen right there to pick it up, going out to Hansen, who takes a swing off high hands, picked up by the defense. Going back to Sullivan on the right side, who tips it over. Soto right there. She definitely picked that up, but just kind of awkwardly off the hand of Hansen. That'll be a point for the Nighthawks. Kylie Kuhn checking in here for Emmy Hansen. And Natalie Sullivan back to serve. This deep serve falls just out. Point Saints. Maddie Gooding checking back in, and Carla Soto back to serve. Soto lasers that one in there. That's some beautiful float, causing a miscommunication in the NNU passers, and it's an ace for Soto, point Saints. Saints only down by 3 now. Another great serve. Oh my goodness. That just dropped and got the ace for Soto. Timeout, NNU. Out of the timeout, Saints are only down by 2, and Carlos Soto will continue to serve. Soto with another great serve, catches the lib a little high, causing the setter to go outside. Blocked, and oh, that just wiggles its way through the block, and that'll be a point for the Nighthawks. Right checks back in. And McMahon will be back to serve. Her serve is deep. Allen's there with her hands. Gooding gets up and lasers that in there. Oh my goodness, she had a big block right in front of her and just hit right around that, putting that down for a Saints point and a kill for her. Gilchrist checks back in, and she's back to serve. Her serve is deep, moving the passer well. Sending it to the outside where Kuhn puts it down. Gooding and Kuhn right there to just shut that swing down immediately. Now the Saints are only down by 1. And the crowd is loving it. Gilchrist continues. Great float. Passes on the 10-foot line. Going to Cook, and oh, man, Allen's hands were right there. She wanted it. Point for the Nighthawks, and Cook will be back to serve. Her serve is in. Halstead there, a little bit of an overpass. And unfortunately, Soto's back row, so they're calling back row attack since blocker's hands were right there. That'll be a point for the Nighthawks. Cook with a good float. Allen's hands there. Allen looking to get up. Swings high hands, recycled back by Halstead. Kuhn takes a good swing, finds that back line defense. Going to the outside for a tip. Allen there to pick it up. Soto there, tight set. And Kuhn unable to find that one over. That's a point for the Nighthawks. And Cook will be serving for game points. Set point, excuse me. Allen with the pass. Soto back to Kylie Kuhn. And that's just out. And we are going to our fourth set here. Heading into a fourth set here inside Marcus Pavilion. Nighthawks up 2-1 in sets. Saints starting out with the serve. And Gilchrist will be back. Her serve is deep. Lee going back to Cook, who takes a high swing. And the defense gets that up. Gooding punches it over. Sullivan digging it up. Going back to Cook. And Gooding's hands were there, but unfortunately could not find that line with the block. Nighthawks side out. McMahon back to serve for NNU. Her serve picked up by Halstead, going to Gooding, and she puts it away on the back line is what it looked like. This might have to be a challenge. That might have had a touch and been in. Yeah, Coach Benke will be challenging this one. He is challenging that it was in. From this angle, it kind of looks like it was, so. It's very early in this fourth set to be calling a challenge, but at the same time, every point counts, so I respect this decision here. Take this moment to give a quick shout out to Saints alumni, Ililani Kamaka, who's listening, and my grandparents, Robbie and Mike. The challenge is successful for St. Martin's. That ball is called in. That'll be a kill for Maddie Gooding. Kylie Kuhn checking in for the Saints. And Lori Fungi also checking in for the Saints. Kuhn back to serve. Kylie Kuhn's serve hits the tape, picked up by passer. Cook takes a swing. Allen with the block. Going back out to the outside. Fungi with the block that time. Lee going back out for a tip, deep. Kuhn there to pick it up. Soto going out. And Allen takes a big swing. After two blocks like that, that's a great way to gain momentum, and Allen just puts that one away. Kylie Kuhn continues to serve. Another great serve. Good pass, dump. Allen picks it up, and I don't know how that made its way back over. Tight. There was a tight pass, and that was hit out by Wright. That'll be a point for the Saints. Looks like the coach for NNU might be complaining a bit about that scramble play by the Saints, but the refs did not see anything wrong with that. Kylie Kuhn with another great serve. Lee going to the middle, and Wright puts that one down. In on that sideline, and Cook will be back to serve. Cook's serve trickles over the net and just falls short. That'll be a point Nighthawks. Sophomore from Boise, Idaho will continue to serve. Another one off the tape. Allen there this time going back to Gooding, and she takes a big swing. Middle back there to pick it up. Lee going back row to Sullivan. She takes a little bit off of her swing. Halstead hustles to get that. And Gooding on the right side makes a big swing and just hits the defender for a kill. Great swing there. Good set by Halstead. Maddie Gooding back to serve. Her serve will go deep, causing an out-of-system play. And that will be passed over by 15. Gilchrist there with a great up. And, oh my goodness, Fungi gets on top of that one and gets a touch. It also looked like it was into me, so either way, that's a kill. Point for the Saints. Gooding serve with some wicked kill, with some wicked, oh shoot. Just a little bit of miscommunication there. Saints can bounce back from that one quickly. Benetti checking in. And Nighthawks will serve. Halstead there. Going to Fungi. Takes a swing off the top of the block. Lee going to the middle to right. And the defense almost there. That'll be a kill for right. Point Nighthawks. Cheney continues. And that will go into the tape. Point Saints. Jennifer Soha coming back in. And Tia Allen will be back to serve. And her serve will just be out there on the sideline. Markland coming in for the Nighthawks, and Sullivan back to serve. All tied up at 6. And that will also be just out on the sidelines. Point for the Saints. Hansen coming back in, and Halstead will be back to serve. Halstead serve. And Markland with the swing. Allen there to pick that up. Going out to Hansen, who finds that spot right over the block. And that will be a kill for her. Point Saints. Halstead continues. Her serve goes deep. It's a great pass by NNU. Going out to Sullivan, who puts that away with some authority. And Lee back to serve. Lee's serve will go deep. Halstead has to jump and set that one. And Hansen's swing just out. Saints were looking for hands. And Lee will continue to serve. That pass is good by Halstead, going out to Hansen. And it looks like Nighthawks were in the net. That'll be a point Saints. Gooding checking back in. And Soto back to serve. Some great float on that serve. Going back to Sullivan. Finds high hands, and Allen's right there to pick that up, and Hansen tips that one over, picked up by Lee. Going out to Cook, who can't find that one over the net. The Saints will continue to serve. Junior from Arizona will continue. Good float on that one. Goes to Sullivan. Lee going out to Cook. Blocker's hands take a little bit off that one. Soto hustles. Hansen takes a swing. Lee going to the middle. Markland, the swing, and Soto tipped that one up. That'll be a kill for Markland. Natalie Sullivan continuing to serve. Serve is picked up by Halstead. Soto going to Soha, and that tip is just working at the right times. Great spot, good court awareness by Soha. Mackenzie Gilchrist coming back in for the Saints, and she will be back to serve. Her serve is passed up by Sullivan, goes to the outside and awkwardly hits the block. Gooding's able to get it up, and oh my goodness. Yeah, that was a touch by the block. Allen looking at the one line ref who was saying that it was out and could not believe it, but up ref saw it. It's kill for Allen Point Saints. Deep serve, and that's an ace for Gilchrist. And with that ace, NNU will call a timeout. Saints up by 4. Back from timeout. Gilchrist will continue to serve for the Saints. Good serve, picked up by the Liv for NNU. Going back to Cook. Picked up by number 4, Lee going out. Oh, and that is a double point Saints. Lee is not happy about that one. Number 5 in white will continue to serve. Another deep serve, picked up by Sullivan. Lee going back row to Sullivan, who will take a roll shot at that. Soto going to Gooding for a great swing, and that'll be free balled over. Soto going out to Allen, who takes a big swing as well. Sullivan there, set going to the outside. Halstead picks that up, goes back to Hansen, and that will be almost an overpass, but Cook is there to pick it up off the speaker, and that just barely nicked Gilchrist's hand, and that'll be a point for the Nighthawks. McMahon back to serve. That deep serve is picked up by Allen, goes to Gooding, and she turns that crossbody. Lee picks it up. And Cook has to roll shot that one over. Gilchrist picks it up. And Gooding with a great tip right over the block. Getting her the kill, and the Saints the point. Fungi checks back in for the Saints, and Kylie Kuhn will be back to serve. And Sullivan picks that up, and Soto with a great dig. Gooding tracks that one down, goes out to Allen, who tips it right over, taking out the outside. tipped back over. Gooding right there to pick it up. And Allen right there with the swing. Going back row to Sullivan. Off-speed shot goes to Soto. Gilchrist sets Gooding. She takes a swing at it and gets the kill. My goodness, what a rally. Maddie finding those high hands and putting it away. It's been very impressive to see what the middles can do tonight with their versatility on the pins as well. Soha, Gooding. Kylie Kuhn with another great serve. Going to the middle. Big swing, and that'll be a kill. NNU. And Cook will go back to serve. Allen picks that up, and Gooding tries to get that over, but that's just outside the antenna. Number 11 continues to serve. Gilchrist is there. Soto sets it to the outside. Allen picked up off the block, going back out to Allen, who tips it to a beautiful spot, but then it's picked up by the lib. Halstead picking that up. Gooding trying to go deep. Lee putting that one over. This is just a jumble of a play, and Fungi, oh, that somehow goes over. Going back to Gooding, who takes another big swing. Right's hand is there. Goes to Soto. She sends it over. Lee right there, going to right. Fungi there. Lee going to the outside, setting it up. Allen picks it up. Fungi there. Lee going to the outside, another tip. Gilchrist picks it up. Soto going out to Allen, and she puts it away. Oh my goodness, what a rally. What a rally. That was something special right there. It was quite a jumble. People were making great plays, and with all the momentum on the Saints side, NNU will call a timeout. Saints are up by 5 coming out of this timeout. Looking to close in on 21st. They need to keep their foot on the gas if they want to close this one out. Gooding with a good serve. Out of system pass. Chip over. Halstead with a tight pass that, oh wow, Gooding picks that one up, goes back out to Allen, who tips it right over. Yeah, there's no way that wasn't a lift. There's some great volleyball there with Gooding picking that one up, and Soto's gorgeous hand set, one hand set out to Allen. Gooding with the serve. Overpass, Allen gets up and puts that away. Beautiful swing by Allen. Just putting the exclamation point on this run that the Saints have had. Now up by 7. Gooding continues to serve. Serve has some good float on it. Lee going back to right, who takes a swing. Block takes some momentum off that. Soto goes out to Allen, who chips that one over for another kill. My goodness, this is just a show by the Saints. That's a great spot to put that. Don't always have to swing as hard as you can. And Gooding, serve just floating out. Great run, Saints up by 7. they need to keep this same pressure on and continue fighting to close this one out and carry some good momentum in. 15 back to serve for NNU. Halstead with a great pass, going back to Fungi, and that'll be a double by Soto, but great swing by Fungi there. Nighthawks continue to serve. Gilchrist with a great pass, going back to Fungi, who is blocked, but Soto picks it up and unfortunately is in the way, and that just kind of ricochets over the net. Saints just need to take a breath here and get this side out. That was a great serve. Benetti's able to pick it up, and Allen will free ball that over. Saints looking to play some defense. Going out to Sullivan, who takes a chip, and that hits the back line for a kill. Point Nighthawks. This is a good time for a Saints timeout. Back from timeout. 15 will continue to serve. Saints only up by 4 now. Really looking for this side out. Benetti with the pass, going out to Allen. She gets up and, oh my goodness, puts that away right inside the 10-foot line. What a roll off the tape by Tia Allen. And Jennifer Soha will check back in. Tia Allen will be back to serve. Serve going to Sullivan, and Lee just can't get there. Ace for Allen. And she continues. Serve is up and good. Good pass by McMahon, going back to right, who takes a swing, and that just will not go. Fungi and Soha get together for that block. Beautifully placed where none of the defenders were. And point Saints. Allen continues. Saints just needing 2 now. Great short serve. Sullivan moves up to pick it up. Going to right, who swings high hands, and that will be a kill. Mark Lynn coming back in for the Nighthawks. And Helen Sullivan will be back to serve. And that float serve will be right to Halstead, who will pick it up, and looks like someone was in the net, but Soha sends that one over. Going back to the middle, and Benetti is just out of reach right there. That'll be a point for the Nighthawks. Sullivan with another serve. Benetti passes that one up, goes out to Soha, takes a good swing. Halstead sets that one up. Soha sending that one back over. Going out to Sullivan, who takes a swing. Benetti's hands are there. Goes out to Soha again, who takes another swing. Picked up, going back. Tipped over, Halstead reads it. Soto back row to Allen. Picked up. Lee going out to Sullivan, who takes a big swing, and Allen's almost there. But that'll be a kill for Sullivan. Saints just need to take a breath here and put the ball away. Saints still up by 4. Sullivan continues to serve. Benetti with a good pass, going back to Fungi, who puts that away. Oh, wow. Great line swing. Gets on top of that one. She checks out, and Hansen comes back in. And Halstead will be back to serve. Saints are at set point. They're ready to take it to 5 here in Marcus Pavilion. Halstead's serve is good. Lee goes to Sullivan. Benetti picks that up. Allen goes out to Halstead, who passes that over. Lee goes to Sullivan, who swings out. And that will be set to the Saints. We are going to 5, ladies and gentlemen. We are back for our 5th set here. This one will be to 15 points. Switch sides at 8. And this has been quite a battle tonight between these two teams. We are in for an interesting 5th set. And McMahon will start this set off, serving for NNU. serve is in. Good hand pass by Halstead. That block is picked up, and Halstead sends that up, and that looked like a net by Cook, and that'll be point Saints. There's a little confusion there on the Saints side, but worked in their favor. Fungi checks in for the Saints, as well as Kylie Kuhn, who will be back to serve. And Kylie Kuhn with a great serve. Lee sets that one up for Cook. Soto works to get that one. Gilchrist comes in to set, and Gooding puts that one down. Hits the inside hand of that middle blocker and just falls to the floor to the unexpected defense. Kill Gooding. And 22 in white will continue to serve. Another great serve. Sullivan with the pass. Going back to Cook, who takes a swing. Kuhn there. Allen puts that up for Kuhn to take a swing. She sends it back. Going to Wright, who puts that one away. Point NNU. And Cook will be back to serve. Her serve is high, and Gilchrist is there. Soto gets up, and that is blocked by Wright. Love seeing the aggression by Fungi. Cook's serve. Allen picks that up. Soto gets up, puts that back to Gooding. She tips that one right over the block. Goes to Wright, who tips that one back over. Halstead with the set out to Allen, who takes a swing. Picked up by McMahon. Going to the outside, who swings high hands. Gilchrist there. Soto putting that one up. Allen free balls that over. Going back to Wright. Block gets up and puts it down. That is a block for Tia Allen and Lori Fungi. What a great way to side out. Gooding will be back to serve. Looks like there's a challenge by the NNU coach. Something about someone being in the net, but we will find out soon. challenge is unsuccessful by the Nighthawks, and Gooding will continue to serve for the Saints. Gooding's serve has beautiful float on it, sending it over, and Fungi is right there to shut Lee down. That was a great read by the middle blocker. Point Saints, and Gooding will continue to serve. Gooding's serve hits the tape, and that will be a point for the Nighthawks. Benetti checking in for Gooding. And Dent will be back to serve. Benetti with the pass that is just a little too tight. And the Nighthawks will tie it up at 4. (15 in black) continues. Her serve to Benetti's passed up well. Fungi finds that tip. Apparently is up, and Gilchrist was there, but that'll be a point for the Nighthawks. Saints taking a little bit extra time to talk about that one. Dent's serve is in. Benetti with a good pass, going out to Allen, who takes a swing that's into the block and picked up. Halstead goes out. Allen finds that sharp cross. Sullivan, swing, but picked up by Benetti. Soto going out to Allen, who tries to just get that one over and is unable. And that will be a timeout by the Saints. Saints looking for a reset in that timeout, while Dent will continue to serve for the Nighthawks. Her serve is in. Benetti moving to get that one and gets it up well. And Fungi gets up. She gets up on that one and just puts it away beautifully. What a way to come out of a timeout. Soha checks back in. And Allen back to serve. Good float serve by Allen. Lee hustles off for that one, and Sullivan chips that one over. Goes right into the block. Wright picks it up. Going out to the outside again for a chip. Soha picking that one up well. She gets up, tips that one over. And Wright is blocked, picked up by Lee. McMahon going out to Sullivan, who takes a swing. Allen is there somehow. Fungi gets up on that one. Cook picks it up. Lee going out. And Sullivan takes a big swing and executes. Tia Allen flying all over the back row to keep that play alive. Sullivan checks in for NNU, and she will be back to serve. Her serve is good. Set goes out to Soha, and that is unable to be picked up. Kill by Soha. Hansen will check in. And Halstead will be back to serve for the Saints. Her serve is in. Goes out to Sullivan, who chips it, and that's picked up by Benetti. Hansen goes to take a swing, puts that in the middle of the court, picked up by Dent. Goes back, picked up by Benetti again. Goes out to Hansen, who tries to use high hands. Picked up by Cook. Allen picks that up with her hands. Soto to Soha. There's a little battle at the net. Soto goes out to Hansen, who's blocked. Soha gets up. Lee goes out to Sullivan. And that's off the block and down. Point NNU. And the Nighthawks will be first to 8. Teams will switch sides. This is a good little reset for the Saints to take a breather and think about how they're going to get this side out right here. Kenzie Lee back to serve. Her short serve is good, picked up by Halstead. Soto goes out to Hansen, who takes the swing, picked up by McMahon. Going to Sullivan, who just tools the block, and that is down. And that'll be a timeout by the Saints. Coming out of the timeout, Mackenzie Lee will continue to serve for the Nighthawks. Allen picks up that pass. Soto sends it over. McMahon picks it up. Lee goes out to Sullivan, who tips it. Hansen is there, and there's hesitation, and the ball falls. Point NNU. Communication is big key here, especially when there are only a few points to gain, only to 15. Saints looking to get that a little more crisp. Lee's serve is in. Soto hustles to pick that up. Allen gets up and takes a swing, and that will be an overpass and out. Kill Allen. Point Saints. Gooding checks in for Benetti. And Carla Soto will be back to serve. Soto's serve goes cross court. Lee sets up Sullivan, who swings high off the block. Soto going to Soha, and she swings and gets a kill. Kill for Soha. Soto will continue to serve. Soto's serve is beautiful, and that will be a miscommunication by the Nighthawks and a point for the Saints. Beautiful ace by Soto causes a timeout by NNU. close set here. Saints are just down by 1, 9-10. And we saw this coming, this fifth set being close with how the rest of the sets went. Soto back to serve. Her serve goes to Sullivan. Going to the middle to Sullivan. And oh, Allen almost there. Hustles and lays her body on the line for that ball. Nighthawks to serve, Sullivan back. Serve is picked up by Allen very well, going to Soha, and is awkwardly tipped up. Cook sets it out, and that is blocked by Soha. Cook takes a swing, Soto there, Gooding gets up, Lee digs it. McMahon goes to Cook, who tips it right over, and that is almost picked up by Soha. Saints are hustling and doing a good job. They just need the side out right here. Sullivan back to serve. Beautifully passed. And set to Gooding, who puts some pace on it. Lee goes back row to Sullivan. Gooding picks that tip up. Soto goes out to Hanson, who takes a swing. High hands. That's picked up. Lee goes back to Cook, who also takes a swing, and that is out. Point Saints. It's going to be a tight battle here as Gilchrist checks in, and she will be back to serve. Her serve is deep. McMahon picks it up. Lee goes back to Cook, who takes a swing, and that is a good sharp cross. And that'll be a kill. McMahon back to serve for the Nighthawks. Her serve is up, catches Halstead a little high. Gilchrist chases that down, and Halstead puts some pace on it. And oh my goodness, just barely hits the tape. It is game point for the Nighthawks here. Saints looking to fend them off. This has been a tough fought battle. McMahon's serve hits the tape. Halstead there to pick it up. Allen gets up, puts a lot of pace on that one. Tools the block, and that'll be a kill. Kylie Kuhn checks in for the Saints, as does Lori Fungi. And Kylie Kuhn will be back to serve. Kylie Kuhn has a great serve. Sullivan's pass off the net, and Dent's swing goes down, and that is game, set, match to the Nighthawks. Thank you for joining us on Saints Digital Network. I'm Emily Gooding, and good night.